Hi, I'm Cody Anderson, one of the pastors at Parker United Methodist Church. I just got back from a week-long mission trip with our amazing youth group, and I just want to take a few minutes to brag on our kids. Our youth are amazing. We had the best week together. No issues. Everyone working really hard to do the tasks that we had to do, and everyone joining in community together. That is exactly what the church should be. Everybody coming with their unique talents and gifts and supporting one another as they pour out love and grace and mercy in their communities. Our kids worked so hard. We exceeded expectations at every place that we worked throughout the week. We started off working at a place called Family Promise that helps people who are unhoused or are having housing stability pieces to be able to find homes or to stay in their homes. So we worked at their daycare where we were able to help out with their playground and to be able to build some really fun things for their kids, as well as sending out donor letters and helping them with their organization. What an amazing place. We learned so much about the Bozeman community that is so much like Douglas County. So here in Douglas County, we know that we're a wealthy county, but we also have a lot of people who are struggling to be able to meet the median needs that are here in our community to be able to live. For instance, we know that housing is so expensive here. Bozeman has that same issue. In fact, it's even more expensive to live there than it is here, which pushes a lot of people out. Those who have lived in the community for years no longer have space to live. Rent in a year went up 80%, which pushed out a lot more families from apartment living. And so many are living in their campers right there in the town. There is so much that is needed in that community, and I kept telling the kids that there's so much that is needed in our community as well. See, our counties mirror each other, that there are people who are part of the community but have housing instability or childcare instability, and so it's really hard to be able to remain in that community what they are a part of. And so we talked a lot about the ways that we can help out our own community. Where are the needs that we have in our community that maybe we were able to experience up in Bozeman? So Family Promise was our first morning work that we did all morning long. The second one that we did was we went to a nonprofit thrift store and we sorted out clothes for those who are able to have a few dollars to be able to purchase those clothes, to be able to put their kids in summer clothes and then in winter clothes. We were able to be a part of that mission. The second day, we went out to Living Waters United Methodist Church, which is in Belgrade, Montana, and serves a different type of population. And we were able to serve that church, being able to help them with a lot of yard maintenance, a lot of things with Vacation Bible School, and just helping out around the building. We got to know that church and that community, and it was such a blessing for us. And we were also able to do a lot of team building stuff that day. The third day, we went up to Luckick United Methodist Camp, which is about an hour away from Bozeman, and we were actually able to help widen a stream. The kids had to dam up the stream upstream, and then the kids on the other end had to dig out inches of this mud and this grass to be able to widen that stream that has begun to close so that more water can be able to run through it. It was a messy project, but one that the kids actually loved because we were outside, we were able to joke around with each other and have fun, even able to play with some frogs that were in the stream, but able to see a huge difference that we made in that camp. That camp serves people all over the summer to be able to find rest and respite, being able to get away from their lives, to be able to go on retreats there. So we were so blessed to be able to help with that United Methodist camp. Then that afternoon we went on a hike, nearby waterfall. It was absolutely gorgeous. And our kids learned what it was to remain a community, to help each other out up this path and then back down. And we talked about how we are stewards of God's creation and how can we help take care of our planet, our the nature around us, to partnership with it and to be able to enjoy God's creation that is all around us. Finally, that last day of work, we helped out some senior citizens in the community. They have a program that matches up senior citizens with younger people as companions and also able to help run errands and do tasks around the house. And so we were assigned 4 different senior citizens where we went and we did yard work and we helped clean out a shed. Just a lot of work that we were able to give to these people, but also able to have conversations. It was an enriching day for all of us. And then of course we had some fun. Right? You have to have some fun on those mission trips. And so we went ziplining one day where we talked about facing our fears. There's a lot of fears when we think about reaching out to help other people. And so ziplining, we were able to relate that to our faith, to helping support one another when we're afraid, to cheer each other on, and then to build that community. Along with those mission projects, we also were able to worship with the people of Bozeman United Methodist Church that welcomed us so wonderfully into their community. They were an amazing place to stay. They supported us, they loved us, they fed us some meals, and they were just a beautiful witness to God's love and grace in the world. Finally, our kids did a lot of teaming together. They were put into teams, and we had teams that helped make breakfast and set out lunches, to make dinners for us, and to lead us every night in worship. These kids practiced their leadership skills. They worshiped and led those worship times together, and they built such a strong community. So I know that right now we are starting a new sermon series on hospitality. And I couldn't help but think about our mission trip in that lens of hospitality. See, Bozeman United Methodist Church showed us what true hospitality is. They provided a safe and loving space for us to be able to sleep, to be able to eat, to be able to refuel for our work, and to send us out. That is what the church should be. A place that welcomes all, that is excited to see you, that welcomes you in the midst of your struggles, that sits beside you and listens to you, that fuels you up and helps you rest, and then sends you out to go and to do that work. That is what Bozeman was for us. But also we experienced hospitality at every place that we went to serve. Those people, those volunteers, they opened up their arms for us. They shared with us stories. They shared with us the ways that this community was in need, and they empowered us to go and to do the work. Even though we were strangers, even though we were outsiders to this community, they welcomed us with open arms, and they knew that we could go and do work. And then there was hospitality within all of us, within our team. Our team created a safe space where our youth could share their burdens, their problems, their struggles, their insecurities, their fears, and we could sit and listen with each other. We could support each other. We could encourage one another. And that safe, vulnerable space was a place that our youth were able then to feel built up so that they could go and do the work. Our prayer for our youth is that as they came back home into their communities, that they remembered that they were supported and loved within our group, that love comes from God, and that they're called to continue to do that work, to go out into our community that has needs, and to be able to serve in ways that brings love and life into our communities. Our scripture that we thought about a lot during the week was Micah 6:8. What does the Lord require of you? But to do justice and love kindness and walk humbly with our God. You see, if we do justice, if we look around and we meet the needs of those who are around us, if we love kindness, if we greet everybody with a smile and with love, recognizing Christ within each person and telling them to come, this is a safe place for you. If we are able to walk humbly with God, to set our own needs and our own desires aside and just love God and love others, that is what God requires of us. That is a true vision of hospitality at work in our church, in our lives, and in our world. So I hope that listening about the youth mission trip has encouraged you about our youth. We're going to have a slideshow this Sunday, and I'll put it up on YouTube if you miss it, so that you can see and hear from our own youth about their experiences and the way that they have been transformed. And also, I hope that it encourages you to be a place that welcomes all to come, that provides this place where people can come with all their burdens, with all their struggles, and you can build them up. And to provide a place where you can then go out and serve others who are in need. As a church community, as a people of God, let us love justice and kindness and walk humbly with our God, to be that space of true hospitality for all that we meet.